shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
Well, you probably felt it yesterday. That cold air has arrived, but it will be the coldest that we've seen since February. Tonight, I'll show you what it will feel like.
And new policy push after a deadly attack on National Guard members in D.C. President Trump is calling for re-examinations of green card holders, what it could mean for people living in the U.S. Plus, Black Friday shoppers, millions of Americans are expected to hit the stores and shop online. We are live at Best Buy to show you what retail shopping looks like this year. Welcome in. Happy Friday. It is Black Friday. It's a big shopping day. If you are heading out the door, grab the jacket because, boy, is it cold out there. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner with a beautiful look over Fenton and Cary with a tree. But, Elizabeth, oh, my goodness, it's cold.
You know, this is so perfect now. You know, last week when our temperatures were in the 70s, I kind of wanted to show it because it looked really pretty. But, you know, it's just so warm outside. And now it's appropriate for the weather, that's for sure. You know, it would be a fun outing for today. I know a lot of people are off through the weekend. You know, find yourself a Christmas tree. A lot of them are lit already across the area. 30 degrees is our temperature right now. Currently, the wind is calm, but the wind is likely to pick up a little bit. And we do have breezy conditions in a few places. Like Rocky Mount, it's 32, but feels like 26. It feels like 27 in South Hill. But we're 30 in the Triangle. It feels like 30 in Fayetteville. It's 29 right now in Southern Pines and feeling like it. So the wind will pick up a little later this morning, and that wind chill could drop a bit more. Our temperatures are 10 to 15 degrees or so. Colder than this time yesterday, but of course we'd seen a big drop the day before, and our highs this afternoon will be chilly, only in the mid-40s. That's about 10 degrees below yesterday. Looking next, our next big weather maker comes on Sunday with a chance for rain, and I'll walk you through that coming up.
All right, thanks, Elizabeth. The Trump administration now plans to re-examine any green card holder from a third world country. And this comes after the ambush shooting of 2 National Guard members in D.C. on Wednesday. One of those members shot. 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom died from her injuries. Other National Guard members, federal and local law enforcement, they held a dignified transfer of her body to the medical examiner's office last night. The other victim, 24-year-old Andrew Wolf, he remains in critical condition. The administration said the re-examination will include everyone from what they call countries of concern. Afghanistan is among 19 countries on that list. In a Truth Social post last night, the president said he would permanently pause migration and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the U.S. or is incapable of loving our country. He was also asked about the possibility of deporting the suspect's family.
Well, we're looking at that right now. We're looking at the whole situation with family. It's a tragic situation.
Although the shooting suspect was granted asylum in April under the Trump administration, the White House rejects responsibility, saying, quote, regardless of asylum status, this monster would not have been removed due to his parole status hearing granted by Joe Biden. In breaking news, we're trying to learn new information about a crash involving a Rollsville police officer. This happened last night on Lewisburg Road near Zebulon Road. Highway Patrol has confirmed that an officer was involved in the crash and that troopers are investigating. We are still trying to find out what led up to the crash and if there were any injuries. And 2 people are recovering this morning after they were hurt in a Raleigh house fire. The WRAL breaking news tracker was at the scene along Sweetbriar Drive. Firefighters say that fire sparked around 7:45 last night. All 6 people inside were able to get out. 2 people were taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation and a secondary medical event. While the cause is unclear, firefighters say they believe the fire started in the laundry room. Well, it is Black Friday. Nearly 187 million people will hit the stores or shop online today through Monday. And that's an increase of 3 million from last year. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey braving the cold at Best Buy at streets of South Point for us this morning. Kelsey, this is a huge day for shoppers and for the big box stores, too.
Yes, Michelle, it sure is. Shoppers will be bracing the cold here at Best Buy for Black Friday deals. Several stores have already started offering discounts throughout Thanksgiving week, including this particular Best Buy location here. Now, we'll show you some video now from when we made a stop at Target on Six Forks Road earlier this week ahead of Black Friday. The first 100 shoppers at that location will receive a free swag bag that includes bonus prizes with items ranging from from $99 to $350 in value. More than 130 million people are expected to shop on Black Friday, according to the National Retail Federation.
While we kind of balance between online as well as in-store, we have plenty of fun and plenty of people who are still at our door on Black Friday morning, as well as fulfilling those orders online.
And coming up at 6, we'll be going inside the store here to see what deals you can take advantage of on this Black Friday. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Durham.
And if you are getting ready to brave the malls in our area for Black Friday, we have you covered. Here's a look at the opening times across our area. Crabtree Valley Mall, Triangle Town Center, and Cross Creek Mall all open at 7 a.m. The streets at South Point open at 9 a.m. And here's a look at some of our big outlet malls as well. Stores at the Carolina Premier Outlets in Smithfield and the Tanger Outlets in Mebane, they open at 6 a.m. And as the holiday shopping season gets started, there are a few dates that you'll want to remember if you want your gifts to arrive by Christmas. Cards and gifts should be sent by December 17th for Ground Advantage and First Class Mail. For Priority Mail, it's December 18th. And for Priority Mail Express, it's December 20th. Philip Bogenberger says mail carriers are going to be putting in extra time this year to make sure your packages and cards arrive on time.
Our carriers are going to be delivering earlier in the morning and later in the evening, especially as we move further into the holidays. So we do ask our customers to feel free to leave a porch light on, and definitely, a clear path to the mailbox for their safety.
And if you're shipping with FedEx, Ground Economy Service packages will need to be mailed by December 15th. Another challenge to North Carolina's redrawn congressional map could be on the way. This comes after judges let the new map stand. The NAACP says they now plan to appeal the decision. Here's a look at the old map versus the new one that would create a new Republican House seat in Congress. This new map will make it easier for Republicans to defeat Democratic Congressman Don Davis in eastern North Carolina. Earlier this week, a panel of judges rejected a claim that lawmakers engaged in unconstitutional gerrymandering. Republicans have celebrated the ruling, while groups like the NAACP plan to fight it.
Enough is enough. This is the swift urgency of now that we must continue to fight for the rights of people to be represented by people who want to represent them. Not just have their name where they can go and vote for someone who was threatening them that we need to have another congressional district.
Any appeal would head directly to the United States Supreme Court. Well, WRAL has spent years covering the extensive redistricting saga in North Carolina. Read through the story of how we got to this point, get an in-depth explanation of gerrymandering and how it works, all under the NC Capitol section of WRAL.com. A man is dead after a shooting at a Motel 6 in Fayetteville. This was the scene at the motel along Bragg Boulevard. The WRAL breaking news tracker was there at 9 o'clock on Wednesday night. Police tell us Chandon Taylor got into a fight with Perry Sykes. They say that Taylor shot Sykes, then tried to run away, but officers found him nearby. Sykes died at the hospital. Taylor is now charged with first-degree murder. And new this morning, the death toll in the Hong Kong apartment fire has now risen to 128. About 200 are still missing. That's according to authorities there. A spokesperson for the city's fire services department said 79 people have been injured, including 12 firefighters. Firefighters say the blaze was largely under control yesterday. Search and rescue teams continue to look for people trapped inside of this complex. Authorities have launched a criminal investigation into the fire's cause. 3 people have also been arrested in connection to it. Looking ahead, the community will honor Wake Med police officer Roger Smith this weekend. Smith was shot and killed during a struggle in the emergency room at Wake Med Garner earlier this month. A memorial ride will happen on Sunday morning. It'll start at the Garner Performing Arts Center and will pass Wake Med Garner. Operation Fly Our Flag is the group that's putting on the event. It's also selling stickers to raise money for Smith's family. Well, the man accused of killing Officer Smith will be back in court later this month. Benji Martin Jr. appeared in court for the first time on Monday. He was not given bond. Right before he appeared in court, his defense filed a new document uncovering more information. They claim Martin did not have a gun on him when he went to the facility that day. They also claim that Martin was at the facility seeking treatment for, quote, mental anguish. They say Martin's fiance had just experienced a miscarriage of both of their twins. Happening today, the Fine Arts League of Cary is celebrating the opening of its new gallery starting this morning. The art gallery will be open to the public. The organization says this gallery will include pieces from local artists that will be available for sale. The gallery is located on East Park Street in downtown Cary. It opens at 10 o'clock this morning. There will also be a special opening during the Cary Christmas Parade. That's on December 13th. And if you did not get enough football action yesterday, the fun on the gridiron continues this weekend. First, your Carolina Panthers will host the LA Rams. The Panthers are coming off a tough loss Monday night to the 49ers, while the Rams will look to continue their 6-game win streak. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock on Fox 50. And then Sunday night football, Marcus Mariota and the Washington Commanders will host Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. Both teams are coming off a bye. Coverage from the football night in America team starts at 7 p.m. Kickoff is at 8:20 right here on WRAL. Time now is 4:41. New rules coming. Several laws take effect in North Carolina next week. We'll walk you through what's different starting Monday. And don't toss them out. Researchers say your leftover turkey and trimmings could have a second life. The creative science turning food waste into jet power. And we'll take you live out to Fenton in Cary this morning. A beautiful view there of their ice skating rink and their tree. But bundle up. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner breaks down the cold start to our holiday shopping.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
4:44. Ooh, it's chilly out there this morning, but so pretty. From now on, almost all of the cameras just have beautiful holiday lights. And this is a brand new camera that we're just introducing here at Rocky Mount Mills. And of course, they have the top of the tower lit right now, but the towers get lit on Wednesday. We're so excited about that. We have our tower lighting, Rocky Mount Mills, Durham, and right here in our backyard. So happy about that. But they've got the Christmas tree going there, right there in front of the powerhouse at Rocky Mount Mills. So looking pretty and definitely feeling cold out there. 29 in Holly Springs. 30 in Durham. It is above freezing in Fayetteville and Goldsboro, but it's 28 in Cary, 30 in Roxborough right now. And walking the dog, hey, everybody needs a jacket or a sweater heading out the door with these cold temperatures, and it stays chilly all afternoon with mid-40s.
Very chilly out there today. Thanks, Elizabeth. Well, let's fast forward to next week because Monday, December 1st, brings a wave of new laws to North Carolina. These are measures lawmakers passed earlier this year, but they are now only taking effect. The list includes public safety reforms, new powers for the state auditor, and even harsher penalties for people who steal gift cards. Here's a quick look at some of the new state laws hitting the books next week.
The biggest headline is Arena's Law. It's named for the woman stabbed to death on a train in Charlotte. The man accused of killing Arena Zarutska had been released earlier this year on a misdemeanor count. Arena's Law requires more strict scrutiny when considering pretrial release. But that's not all. The law also attempts to bring back the death penalty in North Carolina, ordering Governor Stein to find a solution. The last execution in our state was Samuel Flippin in 2006. Right now, 122 people are on death row in North Carolina. There are lots of other public safety laws taking effect December 1st. Harsher penalties for assaulting utility workers, repeat offenders of domestic violence, soliciting children on the internet, exposing children to drugs, crimes involving fentanyl, and even stealing gift cards. Another law bans political discrimination in disaster relief efforts. This actually happened. After Hurricane Milton in Florida, a FEMA employee was fired after telling their team to avoid homes with Trump signs. Another law gives more power to North Carolina's state auditor, Dave Bullock. He'll be able to investigate any entity, including private businesses, if they receive state or federal funding. More new state laws take effect on January 1st, so expect another list like this in the new year.
And that was Ashley Rowe reporting. Well, Black Friday may belong to the shoppers, but one of the busiest phone lines in America belongs to the cooks. Butterball's hotline answered more than 10,000 calls yesterday, helping confused, panicked, and the inexperienced cooks. Experts were standing by, answering everything from how long should I cook my turkey and how can I tell if it's done. If things didn't go quite right yesterday, don't stress. You have a Christmas redemption coming soon. 1-800-BUTTERBALL stays open through December. Well, if you're wondering what to do with all of those post-Thanksgiving leftovers, some researchers have come up with a creative way to use them. They're working on converting those food scraps into jet fuel. Researchers at the University of Illinois started by collecting food waste from nearby food processing plants. Then they used a chemical process to essentially fast-forward nature's timeline, which would normally take millions of years to create crude oil from organic matter. Some say they have mixed feelings about turning those leftovers into future fuel for travel.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I feel like most leftovers are probably not great for powering vehicles. They're better ate the next day.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, we compost, so any way to make that not feel wasted, I think is a great idea.
Sometimes leftovers are even better than the first day. I don't know. That's just my take. At this point, though, these findings are still more of a proof of concept, but researchers say it does open the possibility of using food waste to help the airline industry eventually achieve net zero carbon emissions. Wow. Well, this isn't just a busy day for retailers. Plumbers are in high demand this time of year, so much so that they call today Brown Friday. Roto-Rooter says the plumbing industry gets a 50% spike in service calls the day after Thanksgiving. They say pipes and disposals are pushed to their limits because people are welcoming a lot of guests into their home, as well as those food scraps and turkey drippings clogging up drains. Roto-Rooter says they also see a 21% boost in calls through the 4-day holiday weekend as well. Oh, my goodness. Just when you thought you've heard it all, Brown Friday. All right, let's move on. Giving you a live look at the Durham Bulls Athletic Park. The Festival of Lights is underway this holiday season. So beautiful. It is closed today, but you can check it out starting tomorrow. You can find ticket information on our website. The show runs until January 3rd. Beautiful, beautiful. But again, it is so chilly. What a difference this morning, Elizabeth, compared to yesterday.
Absolutely. Take a look here. It just looks cold out, doesn't it? So pretty out there. At Fenton this morning, just looking like the holidays, looks like a beautiful winter scene there. And it is a winter scene when you step outside. 30 degrees right now. And we could drop down into the upper 20s by around 7 or 8 o'clock this morning. And we don't make it out of the mid 40s. Our coldest normal high temperature in January, which is our coldest month, is actually like 50 to 51. And we'll be below that today. So it's definitely looks and feels just like December, really all over the place. It is 37 in Fayetteville. That's the only spot here on our map that isn't at or below freezing. 32 in Goldsboro and Rocky Mount. It's 30 in Roxborough, Durham, and Raleigh, and it's 29 in Southern Pines. And temperatures will likely drop at least a little bit more between now and about 8 o'clock this morning. We're running 10 to around 15 degrees colder than this time yesterday. And yesterday was a chilly start. Around town this afternoon, mid 40s in the Triangle and 49 in Fayetteville. So if you're headed out for some shopping, you know, the jacket this afternoon, the coat this morning, you'll definitely want that. Festival of Lights, and I'm so sorry. I thought they were open today, and so I have the forecast up here. If you're going to be headed out this evening, our temperatures will be starting in the mid 40s, dropping into the 30s pretty quickly. Tomorrow morning, 24 degrees. The last time we saw 24 degrees was last February, so for sure, that's a winter feel. And Sunday morning, 31. But then temperatures warm up a little bit. We get into a chance of rain late Sunday and again on Tuesday, but temperatures still stay pretty chilly. Our normal high is 59. We'll hit 57 on Sunday, but I mean, other than that, you know, we're a decent amount below normal. Feeling like December, again, that normal afternoon high in January is about 51 degrees. Our temperature change versus normal is pretty high. The darker those blue colors, the cooler than normal it is, and we're going to see that all the way into next week. 47 for tomorrow, 47 again on Tuesday, and we'll have rain to go along with it. A couple of chances for rain actually Sunday and again Tuesday. We'll walk you through the timeline and how much we could see.
All right, thanks, Elizabeth. Top dog, a Johnston County dog just brought home the biggest prize in the nation. How the four-legged local made it all the way to Best in Show.